Here we have Scott Summers, aka Cyclops from X-Men 97. They made that entrance super badass, but is this toy worthy of the cartoon? Let's find out. Scott Summers, aka Cyclops, the leader of the X-Men. So he had this super duper awesome intro into X-Men 97. He shows up, he saves Storm and Bishop, he busts up some people who, I forget what they are, the name of the group, the hate group that hates mutants. Busts them up really good. Shows how his concussive blast works, his optic concussive blast work. Then he has this super dope superhero landing, and people are like, oh my god, Cyclops is back, man. I always hated Cyclops. He's always like, dur, 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 look at me, Jean, what did this professor say? Always hated him, always will hate him. I got this the same day that I got Madeline Pryor, way before the show came out. This is not me fanboying. I got him for one reason and one reason only, and that was because the head sculpt has him with his optic blast shooting, which they did not give you in the X-Men box, and it's not cell shaded. So those were 2 wins for me, and I was like, hey, you know what? This can go on the shelf to replace the horrible cell shaded nightmare that was the X-Men from the VHS box set. After my mini rant about how much I still don't like Cyclops, even though people have jumped on the Cyclops bandwagon, he is still boring. Let's check out if the box is better than your mom's. This box better than the box he was held in. So on the front we have Cyclops holding his visor. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's stupid. On the top of the box, there's Bishop, Wolverine, Gambit, and Storm. I wouldn't have imagined that they would have changed the artwork for the next set of toys. They did not. On the back we have a render of Cyclops, and that is it. This box is trash, just like Cyclops. Not the toy, the character, and I hate him. So let's check out what's in the box. We get in the box, as you can see from the clamshell, we get Cyclops. We get 2 fists. Hooray, 2 fists. We get a I'm opening my optic blast hand, and you can't see it because of my thumb. Optic blast hand. The optic blast, which I don't know why it's broken like this. I guess that's a little weird. I wish it was just straight, because whatever, this doesn't make sense. Whatever. And then we get the optic blast face, where it gives you a slot for the optic blast, and his face is gridded. Mills definitely would not shot you. This is actually a really good mix of accessories for Marvel Legends, and this is befitting of Cyclops. I really wish all Cyclops toys came with these, just a alternate head for a optic blast, an optic blast, and the hands necessary. I don't know why they don't all come with it, but this is phenomenal. Great. Let's check out the design. Mills wouldn't shot you, but let's check out the design and see if this thing holds up. So the head on this guy, I'm not sure if this is a new sculpt. It might very well be. His face is a little bit softer than the other X-Men. Let's see, because it's within arm reach. So I don't know if my head is crooked on it. The visor might be crooked on him. But as you can see, the visor is slightly different on both heads. Visor slightly different, hair is different, the paint on the face is different. It's actually a brand new head, and my visor is crooked, and it's, now that I look at it, it makes me depressed. But Other than that, the body is identical to the 97 body. Not the 97 body, to the VHS box set body. The hands are identical. Fists are identical. The only difference between the two is this one has these ugly, stupid cell shading stripes all over his body, and it doesn't make sense. Where this one is a much cleaner color. The blues are a little bit lighter than the other Cyclops. Than the VHS Cyclops. That's what I'm referring to him. The VHS Cyclops versus the 97. Also, there's small details in the 97 that are not in the VHS version. As you can see, there is a completion of his logo. And let's zoom in without losing the light. There's a completion of the logo that spreads out to beyond the buckle, which is super cool. But other than that, same exact toy, same everything on it, just no stupid cell shading. I'm not a fan of love the hair on this one, but the cell shading on it makes it so much worse. The fact that this visor is crooked is sad, so I will never be using this face because he looks even more derpy. I don't know if they did it on purpose so that I wouldn't like this toy, but design wise, looks just like the Jim Lee Cyclops that we expect it to look like. It looks phenomenal. Besides the visor being crooked, I wish it was a little bit of a wash to the hair to make it pop a little bit more. It looks very flat the way it is. Just a little bit of black would make a huge amount of difference, or a darker brown would make a huge difference in the color. But other than that, phenomenal toy, even if it is the same toy that we got last year with the VHS box. So let's see if this thing can squat.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
So Cyclops can look up very high, so he can do his just the scene from him falling down. There you go. That is him. That is a lot of scenes you're gonna get with this toy. Meet you on the ground, team. Great job, team. Meet you on the ground. That's what you're gonna get. He can look down. He can touch his chin to his chest. Phenomenal articulation. He has butterfly joints, so he can get his hands. He can almost clap. He can make it clap. He can flex out, not too far, but that's fine. Can he do 90? He can't. He can do. Don't break him. Don't break him. He's fighting me, and I'm not willing to force it up. But he can. He got 90. He is double jointed elbow. He has a lower diaphragm bend. Not a rocker, which is very clicky. He's swiveling his waist below the belt. Double jointed knee. Does he have a boot cut? He has a boot cut. Does he have a thigh cut? Thigh cut, high thigh cut too. He has a rocker in his ankle and pivots. So in theory, and let's get you out the way. In theory, I should be able to get him in a squatting position, and Cyclops has excellent squatting form. Look at him squat. That means he should be able to do a decent superhero landing. No, not really. If he would have helped if he had like a diaphragm rocker, is the clickiness is not going to help him get down lower, but he can get down in a cool kneeling position. I really wish he had some toe articulation. That would have helped a lot. Toe articulation would have helped a lot. And he's just going to fight me. So toe articulation would help a lot, but he has so much articulation in the neck, and the rest of his body is fairly decent. If he had a little bit of more articulation in his upper torso, he could probably get into a superhero landing pose. As is, he's just going to kind of get into close to it, but not quite. You have to do some bending on him to get him into a proper superhero landing position. Not too bad. Like I said, he could get into not quite there, but that's because the upper torso is not giving him the bend he needs. But yeah, let's talk about money.
More money, more.
So, money. Cyclops is 25 bucks from everyone right now. He hasn't sold out. He's not super high demand, even though he had his superhero landing moment. It made him super cool. He is a fairly decent toy. Great articulation. Paint job is fairly decent. Besides the QC issues with my regular face and the weird that it has is these jagged edges on the optic glass. Outside of that, this is a great toy. Once again, it's basically the same exact toy as this one, except it doesn't have the stupid cell shading all over it. So if, let's see, it should be the same ballpoint. Let's see. And this is the last thing I'll do before we get out of here, guys. Let's see if I can take the head off and replace it. Pop goes the weasel. Ta-da! There we go. Now, even though there's a little bit of cell shading on the side of his visor, which is unfortunate, this is worthy of going on my shelf of X-Men. I'm not a fan of the 97 head, even though I do like the optic blast effect. This is probably how I'll have it on my shelf. I'll take the body without all the cell shading and put on the VHS head on this body. But oh, should you get this? Sure. If you're just going to do this, what I'm doing, just replace the cell shaded body because you don't like all the cell shading that was in it. Absolutely. If you have the VHS version and you already wiped away all of the lovely cell shading that was on the body, then don't waste the time or money. Yes, I love the blast effect, but I don't know if it's worth paying an extra $25 just to get a alternate head. I really wish that we got the alternate head on the first one, because that makes all the sense in the world. Like, why can't he shoot his optic blast? That's just dumb, Hasbro. That's just stupid. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.